Hello, another beautiful day here in London. Well, we do what we can. Today it's a working day. I'm actually on a photography job, a corporate photography job. And as many others of these vlogs, I usually try to give you tips and I share what camera gear I'm using, what settings I'm using. And today I'm also sharing how much I can get out of these kind of shoots. So you better hit the subscribe button right now and let's get to Brixton first. So here I am, guys. This is Pop Brixton, South London. As I mentioned in the quick intro, today we are here for a photography job for a School of Art, a School of Communication and Advertising. So what they want me to do is to take photos of the new place as they just moved here in terms of school. So they probably want some photos of the place, but also of the classes, because the classes are going on. So we need to take some photos of the event itself. I'm gonna call my contact right now, and that's the first tip of the video. Always keep your contact informed the whole time. If you have any delay, but also if you are on time, let them know that you're just arriving, you are 50 minutes away, and so on. That usually equals professionalism and trust in your contacts. And as I worked with these guys before, it means that my job was appreciated. So always behave in the better way possible and the better way you can. Hey Max, I'm actually outside, so whenever you want, I'm just here at the door. All right, see you soon. Here we are, guys, inside. I got my contact already. I got briefed, and that's the other tip. You always want to have a brief before the job, so you want to understand and know what's happening, where and when. So they already told me what I have to do, which is taking photos from the outside of the new building, but also from inside. So we want to go inside, take some photos of the actual building, but also of the classes. There's a couple of workshops going on, as you can see right there in the background, so I need to take some photos with the people and the students. Also, I had to put my mask on, of course, inside the site, and I had to sign a form in these crazy days, I'm afraid. So I'm starting with the shots from outside, and we found this nice ladder that takes me upstairs, so we can take some shots of the actual place and venue. So let's talk about camera gear as I prepare. So first of all, for this shoot I have the Sony A7R III, which I rent out from Fat Llama. It's a website where you can rent out gear, and I spent £22 for the day. It's a 24 hours rental. I actually used to have this camera and I sold it for the Blackmagic Cinema Camera Pocket 4K. It has a fantastic dynamic range. So in days like today, with the sun high in the sky, you can play with the highlights and with the dark areas of your image and bring back the colors, the saturation, the vibrance with no problems. Also, I rented out for the resolution, 42 megapixel, amazing photos. You can create billboards with this camera, so that's another reason. And also because I had already 3 lenses. What I have here is a 16 to 35 millimeters G Master f2.8, but I also have other 2 lenses, which are the 24 to 70 millimeters still G Master f2.8 and an 85 millimeters for portrait at 1.4 f-stop. This is another G Master, my favorite, amazing lens, also for B-roll and filming. Now let's talk about money. So as I mentioned, I'm spending £22 for hiring the camera, but what I'm actually earning is £300 for the job. So what they require me to do is to be here on location for maybe 3-4 hours, taking photos of the place and the workshops, and also need to color grade the photos. So that's my daily rate for these kind of jobs, and that's to give you an idea of how this photography world works, especially here in London. So that's an average price, I think, for a photographer. I'm starting with the 16 to 35 millimeters. In terms of settings, right now I'm using the f-stop at 3.2 because I want to create some depth of field in my images at the moment. Shutter speed 1/4000 ISO 160, so I try to keep the ISO very low, just not to bring any noise inside the photo, inside the image. And I put the focus in automatic. So at the moment I'm just taking wide shots of the location, again just to give an idea of where we are, where the school is, and the environment around it. Okay, another tip here, guys, is to frame your shot as you're actually taking it. Just avoid to waste more time in post-production, in cropping, and yeah, I mean, you still need to color grade, but you know, the more you do in production, the better. I just moved downstairs, still on the 1635, so very wide. What you guys want to do, as you can see here, there's some logos and signs of the actual school, so that's something you want to take always. So I'm going to take some wide shots of the entrance, but then I'm going to focus on the logo as well, so something that represents the company I was hired for. These masks are getting ridiculous. I'm steaming inside the viewfinder. Can't really see what I'm doing. If there is anything in your shot that really bothers you and it doesn't look great in the photo, just move it. Like this sign here, I don't really like it. I'm gonna move it for now. But of course, remember to put it back. As a general comment, if you have something in the foreground of your photo, always looks a bit better. In this case, I had this tiny plant. This is the shot I just taken. Switch your lens, going to the 24-70, which has a better depth of field. So the wider you go in terms of lens, the less depth of field you will have. If you go for a 70-200, then that's going to be a very deep depth of field, and I love it. So I'm going to use the 24-70 to get some shots of the logos. I think that's enough for now. And another good tip, the lid, always put it in a safe place. I never know where I put this stuff. So usually it's my pocket, but even if I think so, it's not there. And another great tip, take the lid off. Still happening after years. So this happened before. We're gonna take some photos of the logos. The windows were not very clean, so what you want to do is to wipe them out. And also, if you do real estate, sometimes you have to move stuff around. Worth mentioning. It's the same tip I covered in other videos, but always cover yourself in terms of shots. So take as many as you can. This is digital photography, so you can literally take thousands of shots, different angle of the same subject. Don't be scared of keep using the shutter. It's now time to move inside. I can't really film much because there's a workshop going on, so I keep trying to film myself, but I can't probably talk very much. But let's move inside. So I was taking some shots inside, and for this kind of workshop where people need to concentrate and to focus, you want to move like a ninja, so they shouldn't hear you. So whenever you change lenses, whenever you walk, make sure you are quiet and silent. Another thing you could think of, especially when you take photos of the structures of the buildings, is to play with geometry, like these two shots, for example. time to wrap up the shoot. We didn't actually take any portrait because we're gonna do that on Friday, so make sure you stay tuned on the channel. We're gonna actually take some video of this place on Friday, so you might stay tuned to my channel. Also sign up to my website because you will see more tutorials on the Adobe package, so all the softwares from Adobe, and also you can get advantage of my giveaway. So definitely go to my website mamoair.com. I thank you for watching. I hope the video helped. Once again, I'll see you in the next video. God bless you. And actually, I'm gonna take more establishing shots of the place. These are the shots.